Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Xiaomi Mi 6 and I will give you my kinda early on thoughts because I don't want to call this first impressions video anymore because I think this what it will be today is what it should have been all along, because what I did usually in the past was just a kind of quick review, but I want to tell you now what I think this device could turn out to be once I get it done to my review and tell you my first thoughts, because this actually may be more helpful. Of course I will cover a few things like I did in the past, but I want to just go into a few other things that I think for right now. So let's get into the first thing, design and build quality. Yes, this is something that I will talk of course as well still, but I want to go into a few other things because I'm not going around the device, because just in terms of design and build quality, I think this device is absolutely beautiful. It feels amazing, and what it actually feels the most like, if I would compare it to any other phone, is like a thinner but slightly wider Samsung Galaxy S7. Of course, it's even wider than the S8, because if we put those side by side, you can see this is noticeably wider. But I also just have to say, and I will say this in my early on thoughts about the S8, I don't think the 5.7 inch display of the S8 is a 5.7 inch display. I mean, yes it is, but for me, and I will call this, at least for a while, kinda like a fake 5.7 inch display, because yeah, I will get into that, but now let's get into this device. Fingerprint reader, I think it's amazing. It's a fast one, it's a great one. I like that we have capacitive buttons, they are lit up, and all that is great. We have also a little bit of a curve here, so I just have to say it feels great in the hand, especially with the curves. And in terms of design, the only thing that they could have maybe improved is the wobble of the buttons. That wobbles a little bit, but the rest, even along with an RR blaster, I like a lot. Of course, though, not an SD card tray. And actually about that tray, as you can see here, it actually sticks out a little bit, and it is a little bit of sharper edge. Of course, this could vary from device to device, but not a huge issue, but something that I would have seen like a little bit different. Of course, glass back, but it feels great. This is actually the glass version. There is not a ceramic version available just yet. But display, the only thing that I want to say here is that it looks beautiful, and I think it's super sharp. It is an absolutely legit flagship display. It's super bright, viewing angles are still okay, but the only thing that I still have to point out, as I did on the Huawei device as well, IPS glow is quite visible. Speaker system though, because this is something actually misleading, because everyone from now on kind of seems to want to call the bass and mid system here with the highs on the earpiece stereo, but it's still not stereo. It's a nice system, but you shouldn't call it stereo. I have to say, yes, it is noticeably nicer because it feels like it's coming from the front, but it's not front facing stereo. But I have to say it's quite loud, not super loud or so, but sounds very nice in terms of quality. The headphone jack, that is not available, I know, but there is an adapter included, and I have to just say one thing about that one. This is one of the few headphone jacks that gets so loud with a headphone that it could hurt my ears, and this already means quite a lot. And the quality is great, so don't get me wrong about that. Now in terms of performance, not gonna go into much that, because yes, this is an absolutely legit flagship. The Snapdragon 835, great. It is an absolute top performer, and I don't need to go much into that. So yes, it performs great on games and so on, since it just pushes 1080p. Now about the battery life, what I can tell you so far, I've already done a complete cycle. That doesn't really mean much, but for right now, on Wi-Fi only, I'm 5.5 hours in. That's not used, but 1 hour and 20 screen on time, and I'm at 86%. I think at about maybe 90 when I had my hour. So definitely very promising, because we have quite a big battery for this device, because I still have to say it feels great in the hand. But I have to also get into the big issue for right now. That is the following. I want to try to use Gmail. No, I can't. I want to try to sync my Chrome. No, I can't. So the software right now, with my version being, and yes, I'm using a theme, is 8.2 stable, so 8.2.17. This actually seems to be newer than most people have, because what the newest one I found is 8.2.13, which came in out of the box, and then I found an 8.2.16. I got this update yesterday when I got the device, but still, a lot of things are just not working. Also, for example, if I want to change. Something that yesterday still worked is the lock screen, because if I try, as you can see here, error cured. This is an actual common issue. I had this on a few other devices, and it maybe will get fixed over a few other system things, but yeah, this is just a little bit sad to see, because otherwise this device so far in terms of design and qualities overall is absolutely top. But I'm not really all that concerned about the software just yet, because it just came out a few days ago, and I'm waiting just for the first kind of stable global ROM, because Google services are the issue here. They just don't work yet properly. Once they work, I can use Gmail, I can change my wallpapers, I can sync Chrome, and I can also sync my contacts, because this is also one thing that doesn't work. But I can tell you just from right now, it feels amazing. Absolutely flagship premium level. The display is beautiful. The sound so far is absolutely convincing. Performance is on a superb flagship level. Battery life seems very promising so far. I also did some shots with the camera and so on. I maybe wouldn't call it a super flagship camera. Very good, man, maybe close to great, but from what I've seen, didn't really do any outdoor shots yet in good sun, in good bright lighting situations, and I would say it's at least very good. But I didn't see quite great maybe yet, but like I said, I just used it for a few days, for a few hours, but so far I say this is a strong contender for my daily driver of 2017, because I have the LG G6 here as well, and the review should actually come maybe tomorrow, so I'm not really impressed. It's a great phone, but I wouldn't even for a split second think about getting it as for my daily driver. And about the S8, just check my next video and you will know about that. Okay, yeah, actually, sorry. Yeah, the video is over. Bye.